see how this works. Whew, tell ya, that was another doozer of a workout. Feeling that, I thought I turned, so weird. So I turn off my network access, but it still allows phone calls to come through. I guess that must be Wi-Fi calling, I suppose. Anyways, hello Marco, hello Lindsay, welcome. Aren't you quick into the party? Nice quaff. Yeah, this is my trying to stay slightly warm. It's actually not bad today. It's a good it's a good day to exercise. My God, if you ever want to look like you have less hair, well, or tell you exactly how little hair you have, stand in front of a light. It's like I'm transparent, like a bad '80s bad '80s villain. Well, I was a bad '80s villain. What was I saying? Well, it's been ages since I caught you alive. Well, Animal Confuser, it has been far too long. I'm very glad you're here. Jesse Slicer, how did you? Ryan Johnson, hello. Rachel Wright, good evening from the UK. This is all very exciting. I am back to the Burn&Learn. I think it helps a bit now that the fabulous, wonderful soul that is Cal has sorted out the notifications on Discord, on our Discord server, which you should go check out. There's access to that on the website as well, so go check out techbandits.org if you haven't already. And there you will find my email of awesome. You will also find the Discord. You'll find all sorts of videos and stuff too. So go check that out. The Discord notification really is good, says Jack Jasra. And Jack Jasra would know because he's a genius unto himself. Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Jasra, artist extraordinaire. Now, even Jack Jasper doesn't miss the stream. It's great. Blurty Dad, Aya Hewlett, hello from Atlanta. My God, people from all over the place. Atlanta. I remember quite liking Atlanta, finding it a bit hot, if I remember correctly. And the breakfast's a bit odd. I couldn't figure out what I was getting on the side, whether I was getting potatoes or some kind of a saucy thing. So, but other than that, I really enjoyed it. Hi, Hewlett. Hello from Atlanta. Yes, indeed, that was the one. Now, even I don't. Yeah, very good. Okay, I've caught up. My God, I caught up with the chat. How did that happen? That's extraordinary. All right, I guess I should tell everyone that this is my Burn&Learn, which is my bid to stay alive and fit long enough to enjoy my golden years with my brilliant wife Jane and beautiful, and my extraordinary son Sebastian, and our absolutely ridiculous dog Huzzah, I guess. Probably a gecko, maybe a sheep, possibly some pigs, certainly a tractor. I want to make sure that I'm slightly fit for that. So this is my attempt to sort of guilt myself into doing it by making a bit of a fuss every time I finish my exercise. I get to hop onto YouTube, say hello to everyone. This is my reward for half an hour of hard service, which is, I know, absolutely pathetic. But you know what? I'm doing what I can. Marco Maldini, hello. Lindsay, hello. Kevin McCabe, enjoying my quaff, it seems. Yeah, Baz is better. Yeah, I think a little better. I think he's going to make it through school today. But yeah, poor kid, just having some tummy issues, which just sucks. Hi, Dave. Remember where I'm from? It's Australia, isn't it? Aren't you the Australian? Are you looking forward to coming to Basingstoke next year? I am very much, Rachel Wright. In fact, I think I'm hoping to meet a bunch of people there. And Cal was just telling me about this amazing tank museum that is not too far away that I'm going to have to check out as well. We're having flip-floppy weather at the moment. Last week in the 70s, now in the 50s. Yeah, Blurty Dad, welcome. I mean, that's Toronto, too. Toronto's all over the place. I got it right, did I? Oh, my God, Wayne, that's amazing. If I don't think about things, sometimes I get them right. It's amazing. Once I start thinking about them, it all falls apart, like when I try to figure out audio on streams and stuff. Oh, speaking of which, I should probably pin that to me now that it's plugged in. I'm guessing that's a little better. How's that sound? Ain't that the truth? All right. So Burn&Learn, a little mix-up now. Not a mix-up, but I've changed it up, right? Because I just finished Cyber Spies, which was fantastic. Really, really enjoyed that. I finished it up the other day at the beginning of a dog walk, and so just a fascinating study of spying through the ages with an eye towards technology and cryptography and code breaking and all of that cool, fancy stuff. It really makes me want to play with that more, and I intend on doing that. So I'm going to spend some more time with that at some point. Not sure how or when, but that's what I'm doing. Just love it, absolutely love it. Just makes me feel like a kid again. I mean, of course, it's talking about a time when I was a kid as well. I mean, the Commodore 64 and stuff. And I learned yesterday about a Commodore 64 convention coming up, which I'm going to. I'm certainly going to try to, anyways. And I think my son might actually be interested in going as well because there's retro gaming involved as well, which he's a big fan of. So we started playing last night because I wasn't feeling very well. So we cozied up on the sofa and we started playing Alan Wake 2. Very odd name. Don't quite understand it. Let me tell you, I was jumping out of my skin in seconds. And then I was feeling very ill because I got motion sickness. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to move it back up to his room where the screen is smaller and I can maybe watch it from further away through half an eye instead of getting sick. It is just ridiculous. I mean, I have this vertigo. I have this slight vertigo, and man, when it goes, it is like I am out. I was so miserably ill after maybe 15 minutes of playing that game. And that game wasn't even bad. So I think gaming is off the books for me, unless it's maybe top-down stuff and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I was a kid once. It's true, Mark Poole. I still am. I somehow got transported into this saggy old body. I never put up my summer clothes. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. Master of Disguise by Tony Mendez. Great book. Okay, yeah, good to know. Bit banger. I'll have a look. I really like the first Alan Wake, but I think my PC is too bad for the second one. Oh, is it tough? Is it hard on the PC? We've got it. I mean, Baz has the PS5, right, which is just gorgeous. I mean, Jesus, that thing is just, I mean, wow. Anyways, will you be doing the escape room stuff again? I hope so, FedEx Cow. I noticed that on the website, I got curious, perhaps something hacking related. Absolutely, FedEx Cow. And that's part of my interest, I think, is the puzzle solving and the hacking stuff is a part of that. I've even ordered some kits for lock picking as well, because I think that could be part of it as well. Yeah, absolutely. Really, I'm definitely going ahead with that. I've been doing it with my Tech Bandit teens, the ones at the community center, and they just responded incredibly well with it. In fact, apparently Baz was saying that people were coming up to him after and saying how cool it was and how much they enjoyed it, which is, these are teenagers. I mean, I can barely get a grunt out of them most of the time. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think they did too. It was, the puzzle was fantastic. I would say in the future, I'm going to try to focus on having stuff that's more locally based, like some of the stuff you had to email and get an email back and that kind of stuff. And I got a little nervous about them having to email a company and all that kind of stuff. So, that said, I'm sure the company is fine. And it worked beautifully for them. But it was just there were just a few things there, little technology things that I think could be sort of ironed out. They really enjoyed it though, and I think what's going to be fun is trying to find things that speak to them more. I mean, I think a lot of these escape rooms are designed by people in their 30s and stuff, and so they have a sort of a 30 plus mentality to it. And these are kids. I mean, they got a whole new interest in stuff, and so I'm looking forward to sort of trying to find maybe some anime connections, maybe some horror stuff, because horror seems to be really big with them as well right now. I'm reading a lot about horror as well. I'm doing a lot of research on that and watching a lot of horror movies because I'd really like to start a channel about horror as well. I was looking at doing a show, but I hate TV and film. I just hate the industry. I got to say, I love working in it. The industry doesn't make any sense to me. So I think this is the place to be, and that's where I'm going to go. I'm going to try to stay. I hope for a role, not cameo. What's that? Would you ever cameo in a new SG series? Well, I did in the SGU. I would do it again for sure. Are you kidding? McKay's freaking great. I love McKay. I play him anytime I can. I play him in my day. My wife gives me 15 minutes to get rid of him when I come home from school. School? Why am I? I suddenly regressed to like being a teenager. I have homework. No, getting home from. Sorry, I've got this chatter in the alley, which always throws me off. So I have I literally had 15 minutes when I got home from Stargate to lose McKay. Before my wife before I lose my wife, basically. So it was kind of fun. I am McKay. Well, I'm McKay without the smarts, I'd say. I wanted to do a show called I'm with Genius because it's so easy to find people who are smarter than me. Hey, cameo money is money, correct, Dave? It's true. It's true, Wayne. It's true. That can definitely work. Here's the thing though. Money's great and all, but you don't go into acting for money. I mean, it's great when it happens, and if you can get paid well, I always feel quite lucky about it. But it's the fun roles. That's the thing. I mean, there's this part coming up. I really hope happens, which I would love to do. Which I can't imagine has a lot of money involved, but it's just a wonderful part to play. So a longtime fan of McKay. You did a great job of him. He was annoying, irritating, but also endearing. Well done. Been trying to attend a live stream for years. Oh, fantastic! Thank you, Ordinary Filmmakers. Very nice of you. That's very kind. I had a lot of fun playing that. It was very, very well written role. I think we have to give the writers a lot of credit on that because I got to add my own little things here and there, but the writers did just a brilliant job of that. What would be a role you never did but wish you could do? I'll tell you what I wish I could do is an evil McKay. Like I think there should like I mean there was Rod. Now I would like there to be like an evil or like a wraith version of McKay or something. I always thought it'd be kind of fun to have like dueling McKays. And if not that, I think there should just be a Snape-like school character at the Stargate Academy, and I could be like a evil teacher or a sus teacher, as they would say. Gonna have a drink now. Get important to hydrate. My God, I'm thirsty. And you know what? Bubbly drink's a bad idea for when you're trying to do a live stream. I've also got coffee here too. I stocked up. I stocked up good. Rod was not evil. No, Rod was not evil. That's my point, Kevin. I would like an evil Rod. That would be cool. Okay, they should have done a Mirror Universe episode with Evil McKay. See what I'm saying? That, and also the new show should be Stargate. Should be Stargate Academy. You got Sam Carter running the place. You got Snape McKay as the sort of the ne'er-do-well grumpy teacher who hates everyone. Yeah, right. Tormata joins the nest. Yeah, you know what? That's totally right. Mark Poole, Tormata. So Tormata was this evil character, evil science character I played in C, which if you haven't seen, you should check it out. It's really fun. I had so much fun doing that. And yeah, that would be really fun. I mean, I did a little damage to a solar system. I'm not sure we could say destroyed a whole solar system, but in the books, McKay changes into a wraith named Quicksilver. Yeah, I think that's probably where the idea came from, Tarquin. I really liked the idea of an evil McKay, and I thought, well, that just makes sense if he's wraith. That just sort of but I guess they've already done that. I think just an evil McKay is fine. Then I don't have to wear all that silly makeup as well. Yes, Stargate Academy with all you as professors, that would be fine. Wouldn't that be amazing? Like, I swear to God, that's the best idea. University of Atlantis. That's good too. I like that. Anyone got any better ideas for this lab here? This horrid cave of torture devices and bad internet? Because I got to come up with that. I think what I'll do is I'll put a lump of wood on the CNC and maybe carve out a title for it and maybe throw some LEDs on it or something like that. So that'd be cool. So I got to come up with that. Got to come up with a title. Right now, Nexus. I quite like the Nexus, which is kind of fun. But it might sound a little nerdy pretentious is my only feel. Like I know my wife and my son will laugh at me if I call it the Nexus, which could be a point in its favor anyways. But so we'll think about it. The dungeon's pretty good, but that has lots of connotations now that has sort of sexy connotations that I feel don't warrant in any way. Is there actually anything confirmed on the new Stargate? No, we're just fantasizing, buddy. Or Exy? No, we're literally just fantasizing. It would just be amazing, wouldn't it? I mean, but yeah, no word from me on that. You should do an episode of the Shuttle Pod with Connor. Would love to see you on that. What, Connor Trinneer's got a show? Is that? I didn't know about that. Stargate is a series universe with had so much potential. I'm getting Wendy to watch Stargate with me after we finish Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Did you like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? I could not get into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. God, so was it Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Oh, is that the one? Oh no, maybe I didn't mind the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. There was a new one that I didn't like that had the AI opening, and I didn't. You know what? I'm kind of done on Marvel. I hate to say it, but I would welcome any role in any of their movies or series, but I don't really watch them anymore. Like, Marvel's kind of done for me. I feel like it's been there, done that. Now I'm watching horror movies. Every few years I rewatch those series. Yeah, a lot of people do. At 53, I tend to forget easily, so it's like watching over again. Oh, there you go, ordinary filmmaker. There you go. You're younger than me. You're a wee pup compared to me. Same experience from Mark Poole. All right, learning. This is the learning part of the Burn and Learn. Yes, that's right, students. It's time to learn something. Not that I've got much to tell you today, but the book that I am reading now was recommended by the magnificent Doc Prof. James R. Gurney, who, as you may or may not know, is a fabulous scientist and professor. And he suggested this book called Madness and Memory, which is about the discovery of prions. And prions, I had no idea what prions were. The sense I'm getting, although we haven't really got into that much so far, is that these things are proteins that replicate but without DNA or RNA. That seems to be the thing, which of course, is like it flies in the face of all previous science neurological studies and stuff. So he got a lot of flack and had it was an uphill battle for this guy Stanley B. Prusiner to get this stuff done. Prusiner MD, I should say. So interesting book. It's already started off. It's already fascinating in the way he's approached it. The point is that he's saying, like, this is I've never read something like this where it's like a first-hand account of the exploration of this scientific discovery and the road to to various academic accolades. I think did he win a Nobel Prize? I don't know. He won something. I mean, there were some prizes at the end of this, but it's just kind of interesting to hear him talking about his history and how his sort of approach to this stuff. And one of the things that came up, which I just love, and I think that I both I respect so much from the scientific community, and that I envy so much from the scientific community, is this ability to question everything, and to not state things as fact until there is scientific research to back it up. And it is something that is so easy to you get so excited about these latest cool things, and you spout off about it because I'm a fake scientist. I'm a scientist on TV only. And the reality is, there are scientists out there who, have to make sure that what they say is validated by the science. And I'm one of my sort of New Year's resolutions for the rest of my life, I'm sure there's a better term for that, is to attempt to be more like that, is to attempt to try to back stuff up with the findings, as well as just sort of my own fascination and understanding of things, because of course that's going to be flawed. Like I say, I'm a genius on TV only, and I am absolutely fascinated by everything. I mean, I didn't realize this, but I've been a lifelong learner since the day I was born. I'm a frustrated scientist playing genius on television, and I feel so fortunate, because that job, pretending to be a genius on television and pretending to be a scientist on television, has allowed me to connect with so many real scientists and real geniuses out there. Although I've got to say, the term genius is something that my friend whose name for some reason I've just completely, John Mighton. My friend John Mighton is not a fan of the term genius, because it implies this myth of ability, that you're born a genius, and that's just not the case. The reality is it all involves hard work and people being nurtured to learn the things that they learn. And if you get nurtured doing things that you're enjoy, then you get better at them, and then you become very good at it. So, that's it. Star Trek and Stargate always helped feed my thirst for cosmology and physics. Yeah, for me it was Doctor Who. Doctor Who was was inextricably bound to science for me, because of the way that the fabulous TV Ontario presented it here. They'd have their half hour, their UK half hour of Doctor Who, and then after, they'd have a scientist or a sci-fi writer come in and talk about the potential science implications of what was going on. So I found that just as, if not more, fascinating than the show itself. I mean, I love Doctor Who. I wanted to be Doctor Who, but it was because he got to explore so many things, and he knew so much stuff, and the fact that there were these potentially quite tenuous connections to real science, admittedly, but the fact that there was real science that could be gleaned from some of this stuff was absolutely just mind-blowing to me. I thought it was absolutely fascinating. Is it okay to post a link from the video footage? Hitman 409485. I have no idea how you would do that. I'm so sorry. I'm on my little iPhone here, so I have no way of modding this in any way. If you want to, go check out techbandits.org, go on the Discord, and maybe share stuff on there, because that's your best bet. That's where everyone hangs out anyway. So I would be an awesome Doctor Who. Damn right it was. Damn right I would be. I'm too old now. I think my day of Doctor Who is come and gone. I got to be McKay instead. In a way, I got to invent my own. I think that's. I think in the long term, I think that's actually been better for me. All right. Unless you're a mod, links won't work here. Yeah, sorry. Anima Confusa is right. I don't. From the phone, I can't do anything here. So, never too old. The Scottish chappie. Yeah. I mean, I think it's possible. I just don't. I think it's just not that interesting for people at this point. I think we want to see something different. And I'm really looking forward to the new guy to see what they're up to. I've been using a random generator to pick Doctor Who episodes to watch before the anniversary. I've had a good mix of classic Who thus far. Oh, that's cool. Look at you with your random generator. Corey Ryder says, should do mini parody video of you being Doctor Who. Yeah, there you go. Yes, the other Doctor. We could call it the other Doctor. I just get it all wrong. You would also be a great Q in Trek. Yeah, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? Oh my God. I mean, Delancey's so good at that, though. Peter Capaldi, that's right, Helen C. Peter Capaldi's brilliant. You watch The Thick of It. In The Thick of It. Brilliant. Freaking brilliant show. I was stunned when I noticed you in Cube. Baron von Quipley. He's like, woo! Yeah, it has a lot of hair ago. That's a great movie. Great movie. It's funny, I've been looking into this escape room learning stuff, and the reality is that a lot of the research I was doing when I was reading up about escape rooms and the genesis of escape rooms, Cube came up all the time. I was amazed. That little movie. I always thought you would make a great remake of Frasier. Didn't they make it? Didn't they do it? Didn't Frasier get rebooted somehow in some way, shape, or form? Yes, I don't think I'd have to make a remake of Frasier. I think there's a certain element of Frasier to me, anyways. I'm more like Niles, I think, though. Have you ever considered The Master? Ah, yeah. No, that would be actually Rebel Timeline. That's who I'd like to be. Of all the characters in Doctor Who, I'd either like to play The Master or maybe Davros. Davros of the Daleks? That would be amazing. Think of it. Oh my God. Yeah, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Ordinary filmmaker. It's absolutely brilliant. It was, there were insults and swear words that got put in the dictionary, for God's sake. That's how good it was. Wormhole 42. Been missing the TV streams. My life has gotten so drab. Oh, I'm so sorry. Well, welcome to the Burn&Learn. Welcome back to the Burn&Learn. This is the least I could do. Absolutely loved Cube. Thank you, FedEx Cow. Just love FedEx Cow. It's a good name. I Nocturne. Alan Wake 2 Escape Room. By the way, how was the game? Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is, to me, escape rooms are like they're like real life video games for the kids. I mean, I know, of course, video games are whatever, but for the kids, I think it's a kind of an interesting thing. It's on Amazon now. What is on Amazon now? What do we? That, by the way, Jim the Evo, by the way, is the fabulous Dr. James R. Gurney, who recommended this Madness and Memory book that I'm already enjoying. Admittedly, I'm only in the I've only listened to the sort of the prelude or whatever it's called and the introduction. So I'm just learning more about him than I am about what's any of the science stuff. But I'm really enjoying the way he's telling the tale for sure. And I thank you for that recommendation, James R. Gurney. Or Jim the Evo, as the case would be. Frasier, the new series is on Amazon. Oh, that's it. Yes, there is. See, there is a new one. I knew that. Excuse me. Peter Capaldi was amazing. This is why you don't drink the fizzy stuff, because then you start burping into microphones and things like that. So I'll drink some more. My God, I'm thirsty. Incredibly thirsty. Okay. Used to play escape room games on Newgrounds. Can't remember. Just browser flash game. Interesting. Binging all 3 shows. Cheers, and both Frasier shows. Really? Oh, wow. Should do a show of escape rooms with kids, not like Jack Black with celebrity escape rooms, or team up with Jack Black too. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Yeah, the escape room stuff we talked about doing. I wanted to do escape room competition where college and university kids would come up with their own rooms, maybe based around prompts that were given to them by our contest. Maybe it was by sponsors or problems that are trying to be solved, or educational issues that they wanted to deal with. And one of the things that I've done is talk to a couple of professors at the University of Toronto, and the hope is that we can get a bunch of their students. I guess whatever it is, they're at some point, I guess they start doing their own research, and the idea is to get them to sit down with some kids and come up with a program and try it out with the kids and see if it has any kind of merit when it comes to the curriculum and teaching kids stuff. I think it will. But of course, again, that's the science approach. You got to go and test it. It's got to be provable, right? I learned that from Elizabeth with a Z or Z. Would be funny to see teams try to speed run escape rooms. Well, that could be it too. I mean, maybe you could have. I mean, I thought maybe you could have them design escape rooms, and then the other teams would have to then solve them as part of the puzzle, as part of the whole thing. Again, I'm sort of moving away from the whole idea of television and maybe not movies, because I still like movies, but TV I'm sort of moving away from a bit, because I feel like there's a need to make it a spectacle. And I think it'd be really fun just to keep track of this on YouTube. I think it's something you could just log in every week and check out what's going on, post a little video, see which teams are working on what and all that kind of stuff. Just be great. An AI escape room, that would be amazing. Have an AI come up with an escape room. Actually, that'd be fun. Actually, that'd be really fun. In fact, maybe that could be. So I've been reading a lot about, I've been watching a lot. I've been researching a lot about this new ChatGPT update, and fascinated by the ChatGPTs, as they call them, GPTs. And the idea is basically you prompt ChatGPT to come up with a ChatGPT, and you can then access your information through that format, through that interface. So you can have even it could be literally you could charge access to it and have clients come in and access your personal data that you've put in there, or business data, whatever it is that your own private data basically, that is then being analyzed and is spit out by this chat GPT of your own custom chat GPT. That is fascinating to me. I mean, not so much even just from a business perspective, but just to be able to go and say, this is information that I use all the time. How can I reuse it, or can I have it? A perfect example would be something like filling out forms. Every time you fill out a freaking form for the government or the doctor or whatever it is, it's all the same information. Could you just have all of that information in a chat GPT and say, this is the format, here's upload the format, say fill it out, and it'll figure out and fill out all the form for you. So you're not doing that. Again, just saving time. Tori's still going strong. She's been working. I see her on stuff all the time. Amazing actress, just absolutely lovely, a lovely woman, and a fabulous actress. We have a ChatGPT that does military-industrial complex. We have ChatGPT. What does military-industrial complex have you think? Of course, the military is going to be using this stuff. Why wouldn't they? The whole cyber spies book that I was just reading in my last Burn and Learn is it's all going to be about AI. I've got a story in my email of awesomeness coming out this week, hopefully tomorrow. I got to record it. God, that's right. I got stuff to do. What am I doing talking to you? So the email of awesomeness talks about processing brain patterns, like brain electrical signals in the brain, for neurotech stuff. And there's both invasive and non-invasive. The invasive stuff is obviously medical related, but the non-invasive is all being looked at as consumer products. So there is no legislation on that stuff, like none. So there's this, where I talk about this scientist who's out there saying like, hey, we need to start having we need to start coming up with some rules on this stuff. He actually created an organization to do that. So again, techbandits.org. Get over there, sign up for the email of awesomeness, and become awesome yourself. Tell your friends. So that's one of the stories I'm actually working on right now, which is just fascinating to me. And then you start thinking about what could happen. What other possibilities could you use this for? And I start thinking, well, could you take the patterns that create thoughts in my head are uniquely mine. If you could then start replicating those, could you then replicate my thought process? And if you can replicate my thought process, could you then start cherry picking bits and pieces from other people's thought processes to create a hybrid of a Hewlett Momoa or a Hewlett, whatever, mix them together to create a whole new personality? And then, do they have the right to do that? How would they collect that data? How would they use that data? How could you be compensated for that? Or should you even allow it? There's just some fascinating stuff. It's cold but awesome. Right? It's in here too, actually. I'm beginning to get chilly as well. Skynet, It's Brave New World, 1984, more on horror reality show. I'm a tech optimist, I'm afraid, Corey, to a fault, I think. I think I look only at the positive of these things, and it's probably part of the problem is a lot of people like me get very excited about the technology, and we don't consider that how it could be used in a negative way. Luckily, I'm not creating this stuff. I'm just a consumer of it. The creator, yeah, I'm thinking about looking at that. I've heard the effects are just absolutely beautiful. I got to say that the concept of a child AI seems a little silly to me, but we'll see. Name, Chilled Geek Cave. Yeah, no kidding. Icebox. The Icebox. There you go. Will the AI people have goatees? Probably. They probably will. Have you heard of the Chinese room thought experiment that always makes me think of the idea of copying someone's brain? Input and output are simple and yet become so complex. Yeah, they've got the studies in this thing I was reading where they've collected the electrical impulses in a rat's brain and then put them in a empty room and played them back, and the mouse has reacted to things that it's seeing, which is extraordinary. And they're saying we're a decade away from that with humans, that we'll be able to do that. And that's with, I believe, non-invasive stuff. I think that's literally the stuff you put on your head could potentially be changing the way we think within 10 years. And that's, obviously that is going to be helped along by AI, because AI can process that data and turn it into something that's useful, as opposed to just, single neurons. Like right now we're looking at single neurons. Once you get the processing power of some of this AI to start looking at them as a whole, it's a whole different thing. I mean, right now we're looking at the pixels of the screen and trying to figure out what the picture is. And by the time and then once AI gets involved in this, we're going to start looking at the entire screen, and that's when it becomes. I mean, look, I what a fantastic time to be alive. Like, I think it's just so incredibly cool. There are some horrible things happening in the world, and I am ashamed of humans for the way we treat each other. But at the same time, I get so much joy out of what we create, and these extraordinary things that we can do. I just hope we continue to use them for better purposes than just sort of blowing each other up. So AI today is the worst it will ever be. It's just going to get better. Well, exactly, Bitbanger. That's it. It can't do this yet. Tell Jason about the Hewlett Momoa idea. He'll probably die laughing. Yeah, that's a good point. I look forward to the email of awesomeness every week. Don't understand a lot of it, but I learn things. Mandy Buckland, neither do I. I mean, honestly, like I'm literally just like reading stuff and going like, wow, this is cool. Look at this. So I hope, I'm trying to be as clear as possible. My mother has complained about it too and said like, David, I don't understand what you're talking about, but it seems very exciting. So maybe I need to get better at explaining the stuff. But I feel like I enjoy the technical stuff. I enjoy the technical part of it, and I think a big part of this project for me, the whole email of awesomeness, which I also think I need to rename. But right now, it is about me making use of this wretched ADD that I have that makes me want to know everything about everything. So what this does is it sort of forces me to focus in on 2 or 3 different things every week that I will read about. I used to get wonderful inspiration and stories and stuff from social media. I have sort of been avoiding social media of late because I just get dragged into the abyss. I'm a doom scroller, and I feel like I get outraged and angry about stuff that I see especially on Twitter right now. I just social media. I don't think it's healthy for me right now. So I've been sort of posting stuff and getting it out there so that people can join me in what I would call my safe space, which is, this email of awesomeness or the Tech Bandits or the techbandits.org, all that kind of stuff. That is my world. And of course I'm gearing up for Christmas because I got to start getting these coins out. These little Tech Bandits, nice Stargate inspired Tech Bandits coins. These are the little Stargate symbols, or no, they're not the whole symbols, but just sort of it's a what do they call it? It's an homage, an homage to the Stargate. And I got my little Tech Bandits logo from the fabulous Jack Jasper, of course, who's the brilliant artist behind it. And then on the back, what I've been doing is just etching a number in there for each one, so everyone gets their own little number and a little letter of authenticity that I sign. But I'm finding it incredibly time consuming, and I'm worried about getting things out on time. So I think what I might do is for the holidays, I think I might just sell the coin, maybe just the coin and a letter of authenticity or something like that. Maybe would be easier to get out in sort of in bulk, because I'm finding that I get a few here and a few there and a few there. So every day I'm back and forth to the post office, and I'm worried I'm not going to be able to keep up with stuff. So I'm thinking I'll do like a cheaper version that doesn't involve all the etching. But the etching is really fun. I've been playing with all sorts of different things. Like this is mine, and I've been playing with like could you put color in it? I decided to just go with a simple etch. I mean, it's a little rough, but I sort of like that aspect to it. I mean, you know that I etched each one of them, so that's anyways. That's my little ad, by the way. But that's my little that's now we'll end the ad there. But it's just Christmas is coming, so oh God, bloody holidays. Ugh, I am such a Grinch on this stuff. But I have a few of these left, and I want to make sure that that I can get them out there. And of course, the other thing is the film industry is shut down. I mean, we're like, yes, we're back apparently, thanks to some SAG agreement, which I don't think really speaks to the AI stuff that they were talking about. But I'm sure will make them at least look like they've achieved something. But it doesn't look like, I can't imagine production is going to be back before the beginning of next year. So so it all helps, I mean, because like I say, while I'm working, I'm happy to pay for the Tech Bandit stuff and do all that stuff. But in the lean years, it's great to get some help with it. So the merch and the coins and and patronage and stuff has just been fabulous. So it's helped a huge amount. Like I went and bought like 5 of those. Was it 6? I guess 6 of those escape room kits, and I could only do that because peeps like you helped me out. So thank you. Aloha, it's all propaganda. Santa was a cult in origin. Used to bring mushrooms. That's where Christmas ornaments originate. Really? What's funny is Santa still brings me mushrooms because my family knows how much I love growing these crazy mushroom things. So I mean, not the fun ones, just the edible ones. I just find the whole mycelium mushroom thing fascinating. I mean, they're more like humans than like anything else on the planet. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's probably things that are more like humans, but their makeup is weirdly animal. Even though we always thought of it, I always thought it was a plant. It's fascinating. Wait, an escape room kit is a thing. Yes, FedEx Cow. In fact, the one that I did, which was really fun, was by a company called Mobile Escapes out of, is it Edmonton? I think so. It's out of the prairies in Canada, and it was really fun, really well put together, really smart. Just a well-produced package that I would recommend to anyone. Yeah, and you can also subscribe to them, so you can literally get them like they've got episode 1 to episode, I don't know, 12, 13, 50. I don't know how far they go, but I would definitely do them again. I like to mix it up for the kids, so I'll probably try something else next time. But in fact, there's debate about battle bots. I got to figure out how to make some. I got to figure out how to get an affordable little robotics setup, like a platform that the kids can use to then augment with, I don't know, like hot gluing on some plastic bottles and cardboard pieces or something, so they can do battle at the end of our Tech Bandit session or something like that. I think that'd be just kind of fun. I mean, it's not terribly technical, but the whole idea for me is I just want to get that spark. If you can just get that spark to start, smoldering away in their brains, then they have access to the interwebs where there is everything they could possibly want to learn. And I just think if I can get them excited about something like robots, like the idea that you could create something like this, then maybe they go on to start building something a little more complicated. Maybe something that has an arm and some kind of a flipper system, and then they go, oh, robotics, I should use that for loading things. And the next thing you know, they're working and they've created ClearPath, and they've sold their company to another company for billions of dollars, whatever it is that my fabulous friend just had happened to him. I'm interested in slightly disturbing news, I think, from the New Scientist. They have created a skin made of fungus. Ooh, got to check that out. I'm going to take my rocket pen and I'm going to write that down. I'm going to write my note. So it's fungus, skin, New Scientist. Okay. I'm checking that out. And who gave me that suggestion? That was Kalen. Thank you, Kalen. All right. Modeled on Terminator. Yeah. It's always modeled on Terminator. It's modeled on Terminator? What? Really? Homeschooled. Wow. The shanking pen. It's true, Corey. It is the shanking pen. Still sad that LK99 research didn't hold up to the claims. Remind me, what was that? Built heap of robotics. Once you get into it, can become costly. Yeah, no kidding, Wayne. I've got a ton of these easy robots, and it cost me a freaking. Well, it didn't cost me a fortune. It cost my Tech Bandits a fortune because I bought them for the Tech Bandits. So what I want to do is modify them to make them a little easier to use for kids just coming into it. Because a lot of these kids, especially the community center kids, they're not science nerds. Like they're like cool kids. They're cool kids who don't laugh at my jokes. But they seem to enjoy. I want it to be a very easy in for them. Like I want it to be something that they can go, oh great, here you go, here's a joystick, I can use that, perfect. I can maneuver it around. Give me the glue gun. Let's figure out how to beat the crap out of our neighbors. With our neighbor's robot. That kind of stuff. The room temperature, ambient pressure, superconductor. Yeah. Wasn't that like the second time they've got nailed for like fudging or something? Is there ways to get stuff from old computers and stuff to like junkyard wars? Yeah, absolutely, Corey. I think that would be ideal, I think. But again, I feel like there's a step between that. Like I feel like there needs to be a platform built for them to get them excited about it. It's almost brain dead to start, and then go from there. All right. I have been chatting on for a while now, and oops, oh dear, what am I doing? I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. So almost 40 minutes. I should go. I'm freezing cold. Got to eat my lunch, and I got to get on with my email of awesome awesomeness. I got to finish writing that up. I've got to record that. I've got to get it all ready to send. And hey, Cal's here. Thanks, Cal. Everyone, thank Cal for all the work she did. She's amazing. Cal is the reason why most of you are here, probably because you got the notification thanks to the Discord thing. And always a pleasure to have Cal around, even when she's really grumpy, which is always. Hi, David. It's really great how you get in touch with your fans. That's really awesome. And oh, you kidding? That's like, I do this for my, Cal knows this. This is just for my own edification. Son's feeling good. Thank you very much, Helen. This was fun. Hope I can catch you again soon. Likewise, Anima Confusa. Yeah, I mean, the hope is, the plan is that I'm supposed to be doing a Burn and Learn at least 5 days a week. So I'm supposed to be doing Monday to Friday Burn and Learns. Again, today I did 15 backwards, 15 forward. But this time I changed the tension. I had the tension at 5 going backwards. Normally it's 4. And then I had it at 6 going forward, which is normally it's 5. So that's not bad. It's slightly better. Everyone's thanking Cal. That's good. See, Cal loves the love. Cal loves a lot of attention, you know. Thanks. Love learning something new. Love learning something new. But what's that book again? Oh, the book is called Madness and Memory by Stanley B. Prusiner. If you want to read that as well, if you want to get ahead and show me up by being chapters ahead, because I don't do it enough. I'm gonna get those glutes. That's it. I gotta work on the glutes. I gotta give me my glutes. Do you mean the glutens or the glutes? One of the two. Whatever. I got both. Hello, David. Keep up the hard work. Thank you very much, Janelle. That's what I need. See, this is why I'm here. This is why I'm here, is to make sure that I'm guilted into doing this. Thank you all very, very much. I will once again be cheesy and say, please go to techbandits.org, sign up for the email of awesome awesomeness, check out what's going on, and we'll see you soon. So until we geek again, I will say, be safe, be kind, be brilliant. Then I say the part about the, let me try it again. Until we geek again, no, I have to say, be safe, be kind, be brilliant. And until we geek, that's it. Be safe, be kind, be brilliant. Until we geek again, cheerio, and huzzah! I'm never going to get that right.